let's throw it back 16 years ago and let me show you around our first home. Hey y'all, and welcome to today's video. Welcome back. Welcome if you're new. I'm happy to have you here. I'm Tiffany and this is our small town life. Today I'm going to share a single wide mobile home tour with you. Now, if you've been around here, you might be thinking, Tiffany, I know you live in a double wide mobile home. You share that with us. You show your day-to-day life and you live in a double wide mobile home. Today we're going to throw it back to the very first home that Justin and I ever lived in 16 years ago, and it was a single wide mobile home. I don't know if we've ever mentioned that before. I was thinking about that and wondering if you all even knew that we had lived in a single wide mobile home before. And I can't recall. So we did. It was our very first home. Justin and I got married when I was 18 and he was 20. And we moved to Auburn to attend college. And if you're not familiar with Auburn, there are several trailer parks, mobile home parks, whatever you want to call them, within pretty close proximity to the campus. And it's a pretty popular thing for students to live in trailers and trailer parks. And so that's what we did. Loved the place that we lived, loved our home. Now, I cannot recall the year or the model or anything like that of the home. I was trying to think back and I can't. It wasn't important to me at the time, and honestly it still isn't important to me. What was and is important is that that was our first home, and we made that house a home. We filled it with a lot of love and wonderful memories, and I'm so glad that I took plenty of photos so that I have those to look back on and so I can share it with you all. So grab you a drink, get comfortable, and let's throw it back 16 years ago and let me show you around our first home. We lived, it was lot 360. It was back at the very back of the trailer park, right at the wood line. And we had a big lot because of where it was. We had a larger lot and it was gorgeous with all of the trees. We didn't take full advantage of that big lot because we were so busy. We were in college. We didn't have children. We didn't take as much advantage of that big lot as we could have and probably should have, but it was beautiful. And there was a cement pad for the front, what would you call it? Front patio, I guess, with a lean-to type covering. And that led in to the front door. Now, before we head inside, let me also say that when we were there, we got to experience one of the first snows that Auburn had had in a long time, and it was gorgeous. And I have a couple of pictures from that to share with you. It was just a little dusting, but for that part of the state, that was a big deal because they rarely get snow. So now heading in, we're going to go in the front door, and this was our living room area. This particular home was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home. So bear that in mind as we walk through it and you get to see how things are laid out. You walk in the front door to the living room, and looking back through these photos and thinking back about this, y'all, it was tight space, but I feel like it was laid out well. I could still even make this space work now. Call me crazy. Justin, if he watches this, will be the first one to call me crazy, probably. Even with 5 children. I'm like, if I had one more bedroom, we could totally still make this space work. The living space in this home, we could totally make it work. But you walked in the front door to the living room. I feel like it was, for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, single-wide home, it was great living room space. And I was looking at this picture. I was like, what were we watching on TV? I've zoomed in and out trying to figure out what we were watching on TV as I took this picture. You can see the table in the edge of the living room photo. So that goes to show you kind of how close it was. And we had to have our dining table right in the middle of the kitchen, which worked. To the left of the living room was our dining / kitchen area. And let me just say, looking back at these photos, the countertop and the amount of things on it gives me a little bit of anxiety. makes my heart race a little bit. I'm like, Tiffany, take some of that stuff off the counter. But you know what? I was 18, newly married, first home, college student, trying to figure out the whole thing, and I'm really proud of myself, really proud of the way this home looked. And you know what? Like, I just had a lot of stuff on the counter and it worked. So we did not have a ton of cabinet space in this home, and so on the back wall, right on the other side of the dining table, we got a cheap white bookcase, I think is what it was, and we used that as our pantry space, and we put we made a burlap curtain to go over the front of it. Right there at the bottom of that white bookcase, you can see, I'm pretty sure that's a pack of ramen noodles, the go-to, is that like the go-to college student dinner? But that bookcase with that burlap curtain worked perfectly for a pantry for us. When you have a small space, you have to figure out things like that, and that worked really well for us. Down the hallway past the kitchen / dining room was our laundry. There was not a dedicated laundry room per se, but I actually really like the setup here. So in that hallway, you can see the back door, which I don't know that we ever used. And then you can see that there's the washer and the dryer. And in between the washer and the dryer is the doorway that led into the bathroom. This was just a 1-bathroom home, which was perfectly fine for us. And I feel like it was a very nice bathroom, had all the essentials, and it worked for us. And I like how the washer and dryer were set up in the hallway like that. It worked. It worked well. And then right past the bathroom and the washer and dryer was our master bedroom, the room that we turned into our bedroom. And it worked well to have our bedroom, the washer, the dryer, the bathroom, all right there on that end of the house together. Now, if you go out of our bedroom, back down the hallway, past the bathroom, back through the kitchen and the living room area, there is the second bedroom is to the left of the front door. And hey, shout out to that piece of furniture right there with the lamp on it that has been with us since the very beginning. Y'all still see that piece of furniture sitting in our living room today, and y'all comment on it often, talking about it and asking about it. It's been with us from the beginning. Now that second bedroom, we just used kind of as storage, as an office space, as a gym. We put our deep freezer in there, our gym equipment that never got used, and we set up a desk area with our computer, and that's what we used that room for. It's what made the most sense for us as a newly married couple, just the two of us, college students. That made the most sense, so that's how we used that space. This home, this single wide mobile home, was small, but it was packed to the brim with love and with memories, and thinking back on that time that we spent there. And y'all, it was such a precious time. Justin and I figuring out marriage and college and learning to live together. It was just a very special time in our lives. And I'm so thankful that I went through and took the pictures so that, like I said, I have these memories. Just looking through these pictures, so many things flash back. And I can share it with you. I can show you the home that Justin and I lived in, our very first home. So it might have been a little bit different, a different kind of home tour, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you enjoyed my, vulnerability of sharing with you what my very first home as a homemaker, as an 18-year-old wife, looked like. I'm very proud of it. I'm proud of that home and proud of where everything started. Justin and I spent our first Christmas together in that home. Here's a picture of us with our first Christmas tree. Golly, look at them babies. I was 18 and he was 21 at this time. I was almost 19. Look at us. We were such babies. That was our very first Christmas together, married. Those two kids, and I say kids, we were adults, but looking back on it now, I'm like, oh, we were kids. They had no idea what a beautiful life was ahead of them. And you know, even today, good Lord willing, down the road, I'll look back on today and I'll be like, y'all had no idea what a beautiful life you had ahead of you. So here's to embracing where we're at and looking forward to the beautiful life ahead. Thank y'all for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed it. I sure enjoyed hanging out with you. I love you. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all. Oh, and if you like mobile home content, I will link my double wide mobile home tour for you down in the description box, and we would love to have you subscribe and join us.